Times that are ripe for long needed change are often frightening and confusing, but you must go on in spite of your fears. At times like that, there is no time for pleasantries, tact, or beating around the bush. It is crucially important that you face up to the things the way they really are and not see them the way you would like them to be. Things may change for the better, but they will not change unless you ruthlessly judge yourself and your situation and act accordingly when the time is right, neither before nor after. If your intuition is telling you that someone may be lying to you, including yourself, or judging you falsely, then you must be careful to find out who, why, and how. It is very important that you be sure of your situation before you act. Do not accept criticism that says you are too judgmental. Judgment has its time and place. Your judgment is a gift meant to protect you. To make the most of the energies operating in your life now, you have to ensure that you are willing to come up with new and different ways of doing things. Now is a time for exposing yourself and others to unusual viewpoints and theories, and maybe even unusual experiences too. Think, say, and do what you want without fear of embarrassment, contradiction, or rocking the boat. Avoid censoring yourself or others, and be especially careful of those who would like to censor you. For now is the time when you simply must stir things up a bit. There are times when it is important for you to put distance, either emotional or physical, between you and your situation. When you are feeling overly stressed and vulnerable, it is crucial that you avoid being overwhelmed by people and events that have no regard for your fragile state. You must protect yourself from the insensitivity of others. Be around only positive people. Isolate yourself from your routine to get in touch with your true feelings. You may even need the release of a good cry, which can act like an escape valve on your emotions. Escape comes in many forms, and it is up to you to choose the method that is appropriate for your situation. Sometimes making a strategic withdrawal can give you time to rest and recover your perspective on your situation. Coasting on automatic pilot is a form of escape too, but it will not get you to where you would like to be. It is very important for you to be both realistic and patient during the sustained effort needed to bring your goal into reality. Big things move slowly, and sometimes you just must be able to wait. Heed this lesson well, for when you are waiting, time seems to pass very slowly. There is goodness in things as they are. If you appreciate what is good about the status quo, you will find it easier to endure doing without the goal you seek until you finally so achieve it. It will also enable you to stay alert to opportunities you might otherwise miss. Patience is one of the most important yet difficult qualities to manifest properly. Endurance is a spiritual practice, and when practiced consciously as the learning and character building lesson it is, gives us time for valuable and much needed self reflection. I am patient because I know the alternative is even more uncomfortable. To deny this truth is to invite things to change in an even more unpleasant way. You cannot make significant changes in your life if you cannot overcome your natural resistance to doing what you know has to be done. If you can initiate action to improve your situation in spite of any fears and insecurities, you will soon see positive results. Fear of the unknown is the biggest obstacle to making a change. However, you must have confidence that you possess an innate ability to guide yourself on the proper course to achieve your desires. Indecisiveness is incompatible with initiation. You must not allow inertia or any other common obstacle to stop you from making the changes you know are essential. There is an urgency to this. You cannot wait any longer. Even though you may want to gather more information before you act, you must see your situation stripped bare of any elements that are not really important and make your decision based only on what is real and meaningful to you. How well do you stand up for yourself? How well do you express your own needs? How much of your time, energy, and other resources do you allow others to demand of you? Problems you are experiencing may be the result of not asking either your partner, co-workers, family, or even your higher self to give you what you are entitled to have. You may have a tendency to give too much of yourself and to ask too little of others. You must first identify what it is that you really want for yourself and then ask for it clearly and directly, knowing that you deserve to get what you want and need. When you practice courage and standing up for yourself, you will finally see things come into harmony in many aspects of your life. You will be in much better position to either improve your current situation greatly or to allow your intuition to help you find a new one that will bring you more fulfillment. Your right to defend yourself is something you were born with, not something someone else grants you, and therefore something that can be taken away from you. Whether you are alone, dating, or have found your soulmate, your sexual appetite is just that, yours. How you reveal your sexual preferences, if at all, is an individual matter. However, the force of our sexual urges is so strong as to tear away the mask of anyone who tries to deny them in themselves and in others. The sexual urges and sexual identity of most people today have been shaped to a great extent by the forces of sexual exploitation, repression, ignorance, guilt, and the consequences of them all. Self-examination is needed to make sure you are being true to your sex drive and not to someone else's perversion of it. A true partnership is when all concerned are devoted to making it work. In a non-romantic partnership, it will work when everyone keeps their word. In a romantic partnership, each must put the relationship first, ahead of all other considerations, thereby creating a world for each other that is a satisfying, safe, and secure place where each can be themselves fully. The process of working toward that and other goals together is the essence of a living, breathing partnership. However, if even the idea of taking steps to begin working together to reach the basic goals of partnership, like mutual trust, honesty, respect, and equality, seems impossible, you may have to confront the fact that your partnership is not working. Or, if a romantic one, the relationship is not a working partnership. When you are in a truly loving partnership, the great teachings of the world's great philosophers come alive in a way that cannot be explained to those not fortunate enough to experience it. Words like love, cherish, caring, patience, trust, and sharing take on a new meaning. It is possible to attain spiritual enlightenment and a heightened intuitive ability through a loving relationship. If the purpose of life is to be happy, then remember that life is a party to be enjoyed to the best of your ability. If you remember nothing in excess, you would do well to make yourself, your possessions, and your surroundings as attractive and impressive as possible, and thereby draw to yourself what you have been searching for. The present moment needs and deserves your full attention. Love is in the air. You are raising your vibration by using both your logical mind and your intuition to honestly and realistically assess where you are on your life's path. Doing this will attract more of what you desire. Though you should not take any foolish or risky actions that you would regret later, grant yourself permission to take a break from worry and from being overly pragmatic and logical. Let a little adventure and romance into your life. If you are in a relationship, efforts must always be made by both parties to recover the indescribable feeling of excitement, attraction, and exhilaration that comes with the first blush of romance. It should be fun, not work or a sacred duty imposed upon you by others. Circumstances sometimes require that you call on the protector to help shield you from the effects of disturbed energies that threaten to go past the boundaries you have erected in your life. People and even animals can become damaged and driven to ignoring the rights of others by pain, physical, mental, or emotional. Their sense of self can become diffused, and they can lash out without concern for how their actions might hurt us. The protector is there to remind you that there is no real long-term benefit to be gained by being excessively preoccupied with the needs of another person while ignoring your own needs. A healthy relationship needs personal boundaries so mutual respect can nurture over time the love that first brought you together. Boundaries can be fences that keep you isolated from those whom you do not wish to associate. But they can also be bridges to better, healthier relationships that can survive challenges and the test of time. To ensure our success, we must be flexible and adaptable, and we must understand the simple fact that living a balanced life in the face of often overwhelming forces is the way it is, has been, and will always be. Life is a balancing act in many ways, and being rigid in our beliefs is as debilitating to our experience of life as being physically inflexible is. By consciously stretching our belief system as we stretch our bodies through exercise, we avoid the pain associated with being overly rigid and unable to bend when we need to. We must also, however, make sure that being flexible never means allowing ourselves to submit to the illogical, power mad people whose mental illness often give them the impetus and the ability to be so flexible in their values and morals that they are able to lie their way into positions of power over the sane, good people who just want to live lives of quality and meaning, undisturbed by unwelcome and often unlawful interferences. There must be forgiveness, both of yourself and others, in order for healing and love to dwell within your heart. The energy you might otherwise channel into thoughts of revenge will only work against you, and on many levels. Close your eyes to the irritating behavior of another if you are sure, both in head and heart, that they are worthy of your forgiveness, that such an exercise of compassion will help them to grow. Growing pains are a fact of life, not only on the physical level, but on the mental, emotional, and spiritual levels as well. Forgiveness is the antidote to the poison of blame. All too often, the tendency is to not try to solve the problem, but to fix the blame. Blaming someone provides a false sense of comfort to the one who is now absolved of any guilt or possibility of wrongdoing. To forgive is not weakness, but the greatest strength. It is time to become aware of the politics of your situation. Life is a game, and games have rules. Sometimes appearances are very important, and style is as important as substance. Acting was one of the three holy arts of ancient India because an actor imitates the divine spirit when a character is brought to life to play a particular part in a drama. Furthermore, the ancient sages knew a powerful technique for achieving goals that is only now becoming known again, the technique of acting as if the desired goal has been attained. Sometimes you should act, and most importantly, feel as if things are the way you would like them to be. This will alert and inform your powerful subconscious mind as to how you would like things to be, and your mind will then immediately begin using your intuition to guide you to your goal. You may then begin to see that things start moving in that direction, as if by magic. It may also become clear to you that you need to readjust your priorities and your life. The desire to improve our life is one of our most basic needs. You would do well to read more and learn about those who have done the work and attained goals similar to those that you seek. One of the best ways to improve your situation is to endeavor to improve yourself. Devoting time to self-improvement, to self-directed study, or even to attending some kind of class or other learning environment will enable you to change your situation for the better in many ways. It is important to act in as mature, learned, and wise a way as you are capable of, basing your actions on what is normal, expected, and accepted behavior. Tradition, research, facts, and figures will give you the best results right away. Go by the book. You might be able to learn from a brilliant person, mentor, partner, or teacher who respects and treasures you as a wise person in training, who wishes to expand their consciousness, learn more, and grow. Although we are all born with intuition, it needs to be acknowledged and practiced like any skill and can therefore be improved by training with someone who is expert in using their sixth sense. A person with good self-esteem is like a positively charged magnet whose force field draws to them the right people and events at just the right time. The people you bring into your life are a reflection of how you feel about yourself. If you have self-esteem, you will not tolerate anyone who treats you poorly. If you have grave doubts about yourself, you will not respect anyone who tells you of your good qualities. You will attract those who focus on your weak points because you will think them smart enough to see through your facade. Brave enough to confront you, and caring enough to tell you about your foibles. Unscrupulous people often use this tactic consciously to manipulate others. We can all feel good about ourselves, for we are all of divine origin. If we are not proud of ourselves, we are not proud of the divine forces that made us, the world we live in, and love itself.